Welcome back to Pattern Time. First of all, let me apologise for us not releasing episode 4 review last week. So today we're going to do something slightly different. We're going to review episode 4 first, Heart of the TVA, which it's called, and then we're going to go straight into the review of episode 5 after this video, because we didn't think there was much in it, so we're just going to go straight into this review. Hopefully that is okay. But today on this review, we've got myself, Wayne, then we've got Joshua, we've got Aaron, and we've got Leah. Okay? But first of all, let me also say as well that if you haven't seen both episodes, episode 4 and 5, can I just ask you to just pause the video right now, go and watch them. You know, it would be quite interesting for you, and then come back and let's join in together with this review. So there are going to be spoilers, so we just want to make sure that you're fully up to date. And also, can I remind you to please subscribe if you haven't yet. If you like this video, to like it, comment and share, so we can obviously build a community going forward. So let's get into it. Episode 4, Loki. For me, as I said, I thought it was the best one of the 4.
Yeah.
The best one of the 4. Easily, I think.
Yeah.
Easily. Yeah. I thought, you know, just everything from start to finish, how they left it, how they started it, the suspense, I thought was brilliant.
We've had the best cliffhanger, but
Easily
had the in general, I don't know if it's the best episode though.
No. Cliffhanger was Victor.
Yeah.
Because I remember so because in the other episodes they said from when Loki went in there, if he didn't come back in time, he would be lost to time forever. Yeah. So now, obviously, in this episode that we see what happened to Victor Timely, that obviously means he's lost to time forever. No, then obviously it blew up as well, so everything's gone.
Okay, but before we push into that, let's discuss a little bit about what really took place. Obviously, we remember from episode 3 where it finished off with Victor Timely going into the portal and everybody following. Obviously, Sylvie kicking Renslayer to what are the place they called the place?
The end of time.
Citadel. The end of time Citadel, which obviously we did touch on right at the beginning of the episode, I believe. And obviously Miss Minutes was speaking to her and literally saying, "Okay, we don't need him anyway, so let's see what we can do." You know, more or less. Yeah. Nothing else really played off with that, and it just went straight to what they needed Victor Timely for. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
Well, no, it didn't start like that. It was so it started off when they were at the Citadel, Renslayer and Miss Minutes, and then Miss Minutes told Renslayer, "Do you want to know her past and everything?"
Oh yes.
So
okay,
she
I missed out that little bit.
She basically revealed what Kang, He Who Remains, was doing.
Yeah.
To obviously everyone in the TVA the whole time. And yeah, that's when it goes to obviously Loki.
Yeah. Okay. So obviously that was a shock to her because she thought that the two of them was in it together in a way, which they are. But he had another agenda to, you know, wipe out all their memories, so none of this can be remembered.
Yeah.
And all of that. So that was quite key. That was quite key.
Yeah, because it was really good to see the actual events of the recording. Because in the first episode or the second one, we only heard the recording between Renslayer and He Who Remains. But in this episode, they actually showed the actual conversation, and then we realised, that's the recording that Loki heard when he was time jumping or time skipping and stuff. So that was well done. That was done really well.
Fellow Renslayer, I will be proud to lead with you. You are quite a marvel. You made a difference in this war.
Hey, boss.
Pull up Protocol 42. Erase her memories. Erase all their memories.
So as we said, it went back to obviously Victor coming back, meeting, I keep saying his name incorrectly, Ouroboros?
Yeah.
Ouroboros? Yeah. And that dynamic was quite good, because from Victor Timely's point of view, Ouroboros was the main man, because he was the one that wrote the handbook.
Yeah.
But from Ouroboros' point of view, he wrote it based on Victor Timely. So the dynamics was really
He's like,
good.
well, you signed the handbook, no, you signed mine.
So that was really good.
Yeah.
So obviously Ouroboros was the one that was really trying to explain what we need from him. So what do we think? That was fair enough, straightforward enough.
Yeah, that machine thingy to sort out the whole the loom.
The temple
to sort
loom.
out the whole mess with the TVA.
You
So-
could either a Kang variant or Miss Minutes, but obviously Miss Minutes was evil, and still is evil at the time.
Yeah.
We've got Victor.
And he obviously found out pretty soon that what he was working on back in 1893 was what they actually needed to do to change the device that they had.
Yeah.
What was the device called?
The loom.
Temple Loom.
The temple loom is the big thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, the device.
The small thing, and he needed something
Yeah.
due to technology. He didn't have it in his time, but I don't
Yeah.
remember what it was called.
You know the thing that in the first episode that Morbius went into the temple loom with? The device.
Flip. Forgot the name. Forgot it. Flip.
Okay. Anyway, so that is what they needed to adapt with the device that Victor Timely had back in his day in order to make it work, or so they thought.
Yeah.
Or so they thought.
Yeah.
But anyway, so they got straight down to it. Started on the work and so forth. A lot of a little bit of comedy, you know, especially with the hot chocolate.
Yeah, that was so funny.
Yeah.
Like Mobius, he got hot chocolate from like the machine,
Yeah.
and then he was just like, "Wait, you got cocoa from a machine? Like, what is this machine?" And he was just so fascinated, and then he actually went and got it. And then he was so like,
I mean, it makes sense.
impressed with himself.
It makes
It
sense.
makes sense, obviously.
From what time
But
period
yeah,
he's from.
obviously
It
he didn't
makes
have it and
sense,
stuff,
yeah.
but that was just so funny.
Okay, so let's touch a little bit because it's important before we touch more on what Victor Timely and the rest of the team was doing. But with Renslayer and the plan, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Is that right? Because obviously it was in this episode that Renslayer came back. That's right. Renslayer came back. Miss Minutes opened up the door and came right back into the place, the prison that all the
the holding cell that they were
General Docs was.
Yeah,
General
Doc's team
Docs
was,
and the team was.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Because obviously she wanted a team to try and take back over the TVA. Yeah?
Yeah.
So the only person that brought into it the idea was the so-called guy.
Brad, what was his name?
What was he?
Brad.
Yeah.
Brad.
That's his name.
The one that was going to do the film.
Yeah, dumb ones.
So, obviously, because he was now on Renslayer's side, he was the one that was now going out and trying to see what he can actually do.
And then they killed Doc and her team.
That's right.
In like they made like one of them
They
machine
squished
things
them.
that made a box and literally squashed them.
I still don't think General Docs is dead though. But
She's gone,
she's
man.
actually dead.
She's gone.
In the box, they got
No,
squashed.
They're gone.
To be honest,
Yeah, we'll see.
it's a possibility because they never showed us.
Yeah, Marvel.
They're not
That
going
was
to
it.
show
You know
that.
when they do-
That's too nasty.
No, but why
Marvel
not? It's
when they
fake.
die.
Why not?
What do you mean?
No.
It's possible.
So it's possible because we never saw it.
Marvel characters, when you don't see their body, they're not dead.
That's what I'm saying.
They're not
So
dead.
could be.
Okay. So what happened? So what happened next in regards to Brad?
Oh, we didn't even. Well, I mean, it's not a major bit, but we missed a bit where after obviously they left Ouroboros and Victor Timely and Casey to obviously do their business.
Yeah.
What's his name? Mobius was going to the party center or whatever with
Yeah.
Sylvie and Loki, and then obviously Sylvie was getting at Mobius.
That's
Because obviously Mobius was taking it apparently too easy or like chilling too hard. Or
Yeah. No, this is the important part actually. Yeah. Go. Yeah. Carry on.
And then Sylvie she just lost it really. She was like, "Don't you want to like know where you're from or what you were doing on the sacred timeline and like what if they mess up?" And she was just thinking of all the bad stuff really.
Yeah.
Oh really? Yeah.
You found out you're a variant, and you haven't even looked, have you? You've never bothered to look if one of them was yours.
Oh, no, but the main bit that you haven't touched on was the fact when Mobius was leaning up and he started to talk about my brother.
Like, because when we were watching it, right, I was just thinking, when we were watching it, I was just thinking, Loki is talking too much about Thor at this point.
Yeah.
I swear it's from like episode 1 or 2. This guy has been referencing Thor too much.
Yeah.
Then we saw the 3 statues with Thor, Odin, and Balder.
Yeah, that's right. And
I
now
said to
this
Daddy,
one-
this guy's talking about Thor too much, you know, like.
So just to
what does
explain a
this
little
mean
bit
here?
about this scene. So when he was
he's
talking
had a change
to
of heart,
Sylvie,
probably.
he started to reflect on his brother when he disappeared. He came
When he
down
got
to
banished
Earth,
to Earth.
banished to Earth, and when he came back, he was a completely
from
different
4-1.
person.
The events
So
of
it
4-1.
does sound like that they're teasing a lot of Thor. So
talking about him a lot. So
you know, we've only got 2 more episodes left.
What
I
does
don't
that
think he's gonna
mean?
come in.
I don't think he's
I
gonna come in,
they'll
but-
meet
or
eventually.
it could just be a sign that we are going to eventually see Loki back in the
future
movies.
film.
Yeah.
I think.
Okay. But no, that was a really
That was like
because
what's
obviously
he talking about for?
he touched on the war
Yeah,
with the
Chitauri.
Avengers, the Chitauri,
Yeah.
and now he's touched
Now
on
he's
his
talking about
brother.
4-1.
So you
So
know,
like, oh.
it's all good. We love it. We love it.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, so obviously Brad's on Renslayer's side. Now, if I remember rightly, Brad was the one that. No. Oh, how did it work? Did he come to Sylvie first, and Sylvie? No.
What do you mean?
No, what it was, he missed Minutes. This is when Miss Minutes went offline.
Yeah, they managed to kick her out. They managed to
Yeah,
kick
she
her out
was
and mess
basically-
about.
yeah.
Yeah,
They
because she
turned
was
off the
messing about
systems.
with the system anyway.
Yeah,
they
but
shut
they
it
managed
all
to
down.
shut her out.
Shut
To
it
shut
all
the
down.
whole thing down.
Yes.
And basically we found out that when it was on, they couldn't use magic. But now
Yeah.
they shut everything down, they were able to use magic. So that's when in the dark now, no light, Sylvie now manipulates or whatever, controls
Right.
Brad.
Oh,
And then
well,
Brad
we
gets
did
in and,
miss
you know,
the bit,
tricks,
And then Brad and Prune's
Renslayer.
Prince
Renslayer.
Yeah,
Renslayer. But
yeah.
what bit did we miss out to make that more
Well,
clarity?
obviously at this point they've already captured Victor Timely, which we didn't say.
Oh right,
Yeah,
yes.
they cut- yeah.
But they captured him, yeah.
Yeah, because I remember when they caught him, because he was so fascinated by the cocoa.
Chocolate, yeah.
Yeah.
They snuck up behind him.
Oh, yeah.
And stole.
Yeah.
And
when
took
he
him
was
captive.
Brad took him.
And when he was kidnapped.
Yeah.
And when he was kidnapped, he didn't seem scared at all.
No.
Yeah,
But
he did it.
but the key thing for me is when they caught him and he brought him to the table and he went, oh, you know, like this, seeing Miss Minutes and Renslayer there.
Yeah.
I just think,
Yeah. No, but even from that, yeah, I said because of the way he was acting,
Yeah.
I thought
It was
that
all part of the plan.
it was the plan.
Yes.
He was obviously working with Loki and whatever, but they must have known that they were going to go and take him. But he, even though it seemed like he was playing along with Miss Minutes and Renslayer, he was actually playing on Loki and that side, because that's why, you know, when like Miss Minutes got shut down, he was like, oh dear. So it's like he knew that's what they were gonna do.
Okay.
So he was playing both sides a little bit, but he wasn't on Renslayer and that team. So it was done really good.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's perfect. So that scene was great. Like
Yeah.
Leah said, she touched on earlier. Miss Minutes shut down, so they reset the TVA.
Yeah, they
reset
shut it down, yeah.
TVA. So Miss Minutes is out of the equation for a second. Sylvie enchanted
Yeah,
Brad.
good Golden,
Yeah.
Golden.
So when he came back into the room, she didn't know what was going on. Long story short, pruned Renslayer to wherever they go when they're pruned, and yeah, obviously that was it.
They go to the
Yeah, and then they decide-
The Void
The
Planet.
Void Planet.
Yeah, and then they decide who's gonna go out to use the actual machine thing.
That's
Who's
right.
gonna do it? Loki's like, I'm gonna do it, and then Victor's like, no, it
I
should
have
be
to-
me.
yeah, it should be me.
It should be me. And then obviously, then he gets in the suit and whatever, and then obviously as he steps out, boom,
Vanished.
Forget-
vanish.
Yeah.
Just gone.
He just-
So
disintegrated.
our mouths are
Dissipates
going
into
like,
everything. We're like, what is going on?
you
And
mean
then-
to tell
yeah.
me after the two episodes of Victor Timely, that's it, he's gone.
He just goes.
God.
But then obviously, what I said, like when you get there, like you're lost all the time. So he just goes.
It just goes.
And then they're all just like in shock, like that wasn't supposed to happen, what happened, whatever. And then a big flash happens.
And then they say, I think
like
they
an
said-
explosion.
Yeah, I think they said the
And it's like,
radiation
what?
was too
All
high.
black.
The radiation was too
Finished.
high, yeah. And then an explosion, and it goes all white, and it's like,
So as you can hear by our excitement, I mean we're now sitting down. The screen's black. We don't know what the hell's going on, and we're thinking, how on earth? What? So automatically, what came to my mind was the whole fact of Kevin Feige's point of resetting the whole,
Yeah, that's
the
their
whole,
way of doing it.
you know, the whole multiverse or whatever. Thinking, is this how they're gonna do it?
Yeah.
Obviously, you've probably seen the trailer of episode 5 already, so we know that there's more things to come, and there may be ideas on what they're actually going to do, but how they left it was just
It was
brilliant.
It was good though, but it was just like,
brilliant.
what does this mean? What is going on?
Yeah,
So I was thinking-
it was kind of remind me of, you know how at the end of Infinity War when Thanos won basically.
And then the snap.
And you wonder what's gonna happen now.
Yeah.
True.
Because
No, that's a good
Kinda like
point.
that, yeah.
No, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Kind of like that. Actually.
I mean, I think it was brilliant. I really thought it was brilliant.
it
I
really
think
was.
it's really setting up the last 2 episodes really well.
Yeah.
So I don't know about you, but I can't wait for Friday to see what's happening next.
Yeah, man.
in 2 days.
So yeah, but that's the review. Is there any more things to add?
I think the cliffhanger was really good. I think it was really good. Victor Timely, I don't know. I really like that variant of Cam.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Like it. I think
his
his
character.
like we
His
said last
character,
week.
And Jonathan he's playing it really
He's playing
good.
it
He's
really
playing
well.
it
Really
well.
really
He's
well.
playing it really well.
Yeah.
But I do hope it's not the last of seeing him though.
Yeah.
No, it won't be.
I don't know what they're gonna do. That's
I
the
think
thing,
just
though.
before that happened, I think that's how they're gonna come back. I think Loki in that point might have time skipped, and he might have not got caught, and that's how he tries to fix it.
Well, as I said,
Okay.
the trailer for the next episode is giving a few things away, but let's just leave
Watch
that.
the trailer.
It looks like
Watch
he's
trailers.
because obviously
I normally
it
don't
can't
watch the
end like
trailers,
that.
but this one I had to watch.
No, I don't watch trailers. It spoils
can't
it.
end it like
Yeah,
that.
it spoils it.
No. So it's gonna be interesting. So yeah, so that's the review for this episode. Again, I give it a thumbs up completely. Both thumbs,
Yeah, thumbs
my
up.
feet, everything.
Yeah.
It was a brilliant episode.
Best one so far.
Yeah, I mean it surpassed all of season 1 for me.
All of it.
All of season 1.
All of it.
But
From
we-
the
but-
second episode,
but we
it was
won't
already
go, but we
better.
won't go there.
Hi guys, so we're going to be reviewing episode 5 in this portion of the video. It's called Science Fiction or Science/Fiction. First of all, if you hear fireworks in the video, we apologise. It's obviously bonfire night, in the UK, so we apologise for that. But so I wasn't in the episode 4 review, so if it looks weird, it's because I've been working a lot of late shifts, but I'm available to do this review, so yeah, we're just going to go into it, of how we thought it was. Obviously, as my dad said, there wasn't much in it. Honestly, it was a massive disappointment. It was rubbish. It was crap. Guys, I'm not the only one. That's why they laugh.
Yeah.
I'm not the only
Well,
one.
against the opinion of everybody else online, because everybody else online seems to think it was quite
I
good.
don't understand. I don't
But
get it.
anyway,
But maybe you guys can tell us in the comments.
Yeah.
But what do you guys think?
I mean, I feel like, to be honest, there's not really much of a recap that we can kind of do. I feel like the whole episode was basically just to tell us that Loki now has controlled his time skipping, really.
Yeah.
Because obviously at the end, then he learns how to control it, and he can now rewrite time, I think.
Yeah.
But I feel like the whole episode was about him controlling it, so there's not really much of a recap.
Which obviously him controlling the time skipping, we know is going to be important because obviously it was episode 4. Yes, it was at the end of episode 4. Obviously, Victor Timely dies and the TVA gets destroyed. So obviously, in him controlling it, we know it's important, but we just don't understand why he had to use the whole episode
Yeah.
Exactly.
for him to control it.
Yeah.
It was a waste of time.
It was kind of like a random moment
Yeah.
where he just realised,
Oh.
I can control it, basically.
control it.
It was like a
Well, out
random
of
moment.
emotion.
Yeah, but it was at the very end, at a random moment where he was like, I can rewrite time. And it was like, you wasted a whole 50 minutes on that.
Yeah.
When
Well, we got to
that
talk
could
about
have
some
been
positives.
you know.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Well,
Okay.
What's the
Well, at
positive?
least we had it showed us what the other TVA people were like. What was their original life?
Yeah. True.
On the sacred
Okay. So
time.
we've got some storyline there.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
okay, we got that.
I liked Mobius. I
That's
think we
pretty
all
good.
realised. We probably all guessed Mobius was like something to do with like the ski driving or whatever.
Yeah.
So I mean that was pretty obvious.
That was clear.
Casey
Agent-
was like a
okay.
thief.
Case,
A criminal.
Yeah, he was a criminal. Yeah.
because he was in prison.
Yeah.
B25 was a doctor.
B25 was a doctor.
A nurse. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Surprising. Or...
And more or less in our timeline, because it was, I think, 2022.
Yeah.
That her
Oh,
timeline was.
Was it her?
It was
No,
Morbius.
wasn't that Morbius?
No.
It was Morbius.
I think it was Morbius.
Oh, it was Morbius.
Yeah.
Okay. my bad,
Hers was
sorry.
like maybe 2013 or something.
Oh, okay.
And then we had Ouroboros was
Yes.
A
some,
writer.
Yeah,
Writer,
and
strong.
a scientist.
And a scientist.
It was pretty much the same to me.
Yeah, pretty much.
and but he's like the only. It was a bit weird because he was like the only one that when Loki came back to him, he was like understanding the TVA and the time
Exactly,
as well,
Yeah.
which was
And
I
that
don't
was
know,
kind
a
of
bit
weird.
But it was all about him and the science fiction and
Yeah,
the way
maybe
with
because
his
he's
books.
smart. Maybe he knows.
You know, and he kind of like understood fiction and science and all of that. So maybe this wasn't too much of a surprise to him.
It was kind of weird though because he was
weird.
calling it fiction as in it's not real, but the way he was talking,
Yeah.
it was as if.
No, fiction is real.
Yeah, fiction.
Fiction is
real.
what
No, fiction is fake.
No, fiction.
Yeah, fiction is fake.
Fiction is fake, non-fiction is real.
Yeah.
And he kept calling Loki's time skipping fiction, which is fake. But he was talking
It
as
was
if he
weird.
believed it, but still calling it fiction. It was just like, do you
Okay.
believe or do you not?
Then after that they went to Sylvie.
That's right.
Yeah.
So-
Sylvie's one was a bit weird as well because
But they figured out
he
that
was gonna say the
she
same thing, which is
remembered.
quite funny. He was like, what did he say each time we went
This
to
is
see
gonna sound
someone?
strange. Yeah.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
And,
But she
uh,
actually recognised
But
it.
she,
But
recognised
she
it.
knew.
That she didn't lose any of her
Very well.
No,
memories or
she knew.
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only reason why I would think it makes sense because she is a variant of Loki, but wouldn't she lose her memories as well?
No, but it makes sense though because if she's a variant of Loki, that means in her own way she's obviously a
yeah,
god
but
in it. So
everyone,
why would it affect her?
everyone, when the loom like broke down and the universe reset, she was still infected. Only Loki time slipped to get away from it. So how did she not lose her memories?
Because she's a god. She's Loki. She's a virgin, isn't it?
I think that I don't know about you guys, but personally for me, I don't think there was anything good about the episode. You know, I was trying to talk about positive storyline. Well, I don't care about the storylines. No, it's not that I don't care about the storylines. I think it's the way they went about the episode is why I don't care. The cliffhanger was Victor Timely dying. I would have liked for it to be continued from Victor Timely dying.
Yeah.
And you know, I just don't.
Yeah.
So anyway, so when the TVA was destroyed, they went back to their original lives
before
on the
TVA.
timeline.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. I guess that makes sense. But there was a lot of unanswered questions from this episode, and I wonder because I was thinking, did they mention it in the beginning why it's only Loki that can time skip? Because I know that he started time skipping after Sylvie killed He Who Remains.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe I missed it, but like if you
Leo was
guys
saying
know,
something
mention it in the comments because
after she killed him, she pushed him in somewhere. Did you say that?
yeah, she did.
You said something that, so maybe that, I don't know how it's
And he got trapped in time or something. But anyway, it's Loki, which is why he started time skipping it. And then that's why they sucked him out of it.
Yeah,
But remember,
why?
this whole multiverse saga is confusing, really.
No, it's not that it's confusing, it's just, no, I think this episode was quite confusing. Oh yeah, that bit. So when like Loki first started time slipping, I remember when he was like seeing the past
Yeah, that was
of him doing it, and then he switched places with that.
Yeah.
That bit was
I don't know.
It was just so like confusing. But even going back to like, let me just skip ahead. Even going back to like him now being able to control his time skipping, right? Or slipping, time slipping, right? Obviously, they then said, you know, that now he can rewrite time.
Yeah.
So the common thought that we all had was, what is the point of Kang? Because if now Loki, they're making him being able to rewrite time, and Kang controls time or manipulates or whatever, right? If he can rewrite time, what's the point of Kang? Because that means he can just rewrite things, and then Kang can. So it's like, why are they giving this much power to Loki, and then what is the point of Kang?
It's his episode. It's his show.
But then what's the point of
You
Kang?
need to make
No,
it
but
make
he's coming in
sense
to
because
help you.
Yeah.
So eventually he's gonna be.
Yeah, because if he's coming back to the movies, but then it doesn't make sense why Kang is now a villain because he can just rewrite everything that's going to happen.
They'll find a way, obviously, to make.
No, obviously they're going to do
It
something.
just doesn't make sense.
Okay, but I guess the
from this point
positive.
of
I
view.
mean, no, I think as well for me though, it was disappointing because how we felt at the end of episode 4. You know, with everything just going black, and said, "What's going to happen?" and and then to come back with this.
Exactly.
It just felt just a letdown.
It's like this, and then
It's just
back
such a
down.
letdown, and now we have to wait for the last episode to really put it back to where it needs to be.
And that's if it even ends on a bang.
Yeah, if it ends on a bang, who knows?
Yeah.
So that was really it. I mean, we can expect the last episode always to be good. I mean, I think with the She-Hulk one, even though that was a letdown.
I mean, the whole thing.
That was good, man.
But I think the last episode it was not too bad.
Yeah.
So so maybe.
But we expected a good ending for Secret Invasion. It was not a good ending.
But that was
it was a short episode.
Yeah.
So obviously, from the way episode 5 went, we'd like to believe that episode 6 will be longer. And it will end with a bang. Who knows?
And it's interesting that the last episode is obviously coming out on the day of the Marvels. So that would be really good if there's maybe some sort of link. Or even like we were talking about that other episode, that maybe there's a link to Thor and the people that he's been, throwing nuggets out there. So I guess in that sense, it'll be interesting to see what different things maybe that they could, throw in there.
Yeah.
But honestly, I don't really have.
Because I know at the beginning of this season, I was the one that said I would like for this series to link to what happened to Kang the Conqueror from Quantumania. That ain't gonna happen.
No.
I knew.
And I just think
that ain't gonna happen.
And I just think it's so annoying, after episode 4 of what happened to Victor Timely, and we never saw him in this episode. There was no reference to him. We didn't see him at all. Even when everybody went back to their old lives, we still didn't see Victor. So it was really annoying that what happened to him just went. Like, and they just
probably
moved on.
wouldn't. No.
It wouldn't make sense if we did see
Because
him.
remember, we're going to see him anyway.
Yeah, not even that we just need to see him, but no reference of him. And
But he'll be on this one
Because
anyway.
remember, at the end of episode 5, he went back to where it started. So he's Victor Time is going to be there anyway.
Well, we know all of them's going to be there on the next one anyway, and we just see where it finishes up. Really, there's still an expectation, and that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Leah said, there may not be high hopes, but still,
there's something that could still happen, maybe.
Yeah.
So that's it, really.
Yeah.
So if you guys have any thoughts or we'd love to hear your opinions, because we obviously didn't like it, and I'm very confused why Loki is so popular. I mean, the character, but his series, I do not understand her. So I would love to know if you guys can put it in the comments. But yeah, we're gonna close off. There wasn't really much else to say about episode 5 other than we didn't like it. But yeah, let us know what you guys think. Thank you guys for watching. Any returning subscribers, thank you for coming back. Any new subscribers, welcome to our channel. And we'll see you for the episode 6 review. Pattern Time out.